The Cinity Gaming Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Cinity Gaming Podcast, everyone. This is our very first episode, and coming on today's show, we have got a hell of a lot of stuff for you today. That includes a discussion about the next gen game prices. So we're going to be basically talking about why we think they're going up, and we're going to be having a bit of a rant as well about why, or the fact that they've gone up. Also, we'll be talking about this month's big game release. Obviously, most of you will know that is Grand Theft Auto 5, but as well as that, we'll be talking a bit about FIFA 14 and maybe some other games that are coming out this month as well. Also, a summary of the latest gaming news and game releases, mainly, in fact, the Xbox One release date, which we are very excited about. And finally, we are going to be having a little bit of a discussion about Android consoles and why they seem to be getting quite popular these days with people who want to make games consoles. Anyway, that's all to come on the first episode of the Cinity Gaming Podcast.
The Cinity Gaming Podcast.
Brought to you by Cinity Gaming.
Visit our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/CinityGaming.
So yes, everybody, welcome to the Cinity Gaming Podcast, our very first episode of this monthly podcast. Today you have got the delightful me, Connor, and my good friend Pete.
What?
Or Peter.
What?
Surely you should be paying attention.
No.
Crying out loud. Anyway, we were trying to get Phil to help us out today, but unfortunately we couldn't get a hold of him.
1 hour later.
So yeah. Anyway, we're just going to quickly talk to you about this podcast before we actually go into doing what we're supposed to be doing this show. Basically, this is a gaming podcast, which we do, Cinity Gaming. That's what it's called, the Cinity Gaming Podcast. And we're just basically going to be talking for around an hour, maybe a bit less, maybe a bit longer sometimes, if we can think of that much things to say. Just about gaming stuff in general.
This staple's beautiful, I like it.
You should be more focused in this, Peter.
What? Oh, no, sorry.
Anyway, would you like to say anything first?
What about what?
Well, anything.
Well, when you put my hand in the shadow, you notice that my veins are quite prominent. And that's probably because they're clotted up a bit, I think.
Right, I have no idea what you're on about. But anyway, after this episode, we should hopefully have a few more people joining us to do the podcast. Well, yeah, Phil, hopefully, and possibly Hayden, who, in case you don't know, he's a friend of ours who did some videos for our old YouTube channel, which we no longer do.
Did he?
Yes.
I don't see him on the channel.
No, he's not on this one yet, but he has made a few videos, but they're not uploaded yet. Anyway, today's first topic we're going to be talking about is the next gen game prices. So, as we all know, I told you in CGN a few months ago. Was it a few months ago?
I don't know. When did we start the channel?
17th of June.
Oh, right. Got a bit nobody will know.
Yeah, I know, it's nearly 3 months ago. Nearly a quarter of a year we've been doing Cinity Gaming. Anyway. Right.
So,
what?
nothing.
Right, anyway, more to the point. Next gen game prices are going up quite significantly.
Well, it's an next gen console, isn't it?
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I don't see why the developers and publishers should be putting the prices up. I mean, I could understand maybe why Microsoft are putting the first party ones up, but I can't understand why other developers are taking the risk of upping their prices.
Well, they've got to get some profit, haven't they?
Yeah, I know,
Got
but
to compete with Microsoft.
What do you mean compete? Yeah, but if they're cheaper, surely they'd sell more.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, like, if you got a DVD set of Postman Pat and a DVD set of What's a really
You mean a
common
game
TV?
set?
A game, whatever.
A video game?
If you got a video game set of Postman Pat and a video game of like Battlefield, which is going to sell more? Postman Pat will be cheaper.
Probably Battlefield.
If Postman Pat was half the price, Battlefield will still probably.
I do have to agree with you there.
Yeah,
yes. But to be quite truthful though, looking at the prices. Let me just see if I can get them up. But Microsoft had announced that their prices will be going up to about 50 quid.
For a game?
Yes. That's what I was on about. I told you this before. Because
No, I know Assassin's Creed, whatever's expected,
Assassin's Creed, well, Ubisoft have taken theirs a bit of a step further. I'm just quickly going to read out a lot of the prices for the Xbox One games that Game are selling. So these could be a bit more expensive than what you might get them from the actual
Oh my god, that's a bit
publisher themselves, because Microsoft, I believe, are doing theirs £5
God,
cheaper
Forza
than the game.
5, look at that.
That's
Oh my
no, don't
God.
worry, that's the limited edition one.
Oh, okay.
So basically, I have got all of the games up now that Game are selling for the Xbox One. But this also does include the PlayStation 4 as well. Prices are going up for that as well. I don't know what Sony are doing about theirs, but we can see that Game are selling the Battlefield. Wait, hold on. No.
What are you
All
looking
right.
at?
Call of Duty. Wait, these are all the limited editions. Can I just go normal editions? Right, here we go. Okay, so Forza Motorsport 5, £50. That's a bit cheaper than what they had at first because they priced it at 55. Games seem to have actually put the prices down a tiny bit, but other than that, they are still pretty expensive, and most of them you'll find are still £10 dearer than what they would have been. So, what would you have paid, Peter, for like Call of Duty Black Ops 2 or
What,
Modern
now?
Warfare 3?
Or
Yeah.
on the day it came
If
out
you
now?
brought it on the day it came out, what would you have paid for it?
35 quid possibly.
35.
I think that's a decent amount, isn't it?
quid. Right. Okay, so you're looking here. If you're looking to buy the hardened copy of, or the hardened edition rather, of Call of Duty Ghosts, you're looking at a whopping price of £95.
No, what does the Hardened Edition come with?
Basically, all a code so you can get all the DLC for free.
No, yeah, but surely that's more. How much
It's
is,
like it comes with a season
how
pass.
much is a DLC pack then?
I don't know, probably
So there's like 4 DLCs or something.
it'll be about a tenner because
10
they've
quid.
got rid of Microsoft points now,
Yeah,
haven't
that's
they?
more, isn't it? 94 quid.
I don't know. You can work that out, and I'll quickly read the rest of them
if
out.
Black Ops, if Ghost is worth 50 quid and each DLC pack's 10 quid or something, that's more.
It depends how many they're going to release, though.
They could release more. All the DLC packs could become more expensive.
Oh,
on
yeah,
the game.
that's a good point actually. Because if they released 4, £50 plus £40 is only 90.
Yeah, so where do you get the extra 5 quid from?
Does it come with Call of Duty Elite? I don't know.
No, it might get a book or something explaining about the Call of Duty.
Possibly.
It might be the biography of all the Call of
Anyway,
Duty.
if you're looking to pre-order the normal edition, you're looking at £50. Don't know what that is in dollars.
Well, I think
haven't
I'll have to
got
go
a
to the bank
converter with
of
me.
mum and dad for that.
Bank of mum and dad, yeah, everyone says that. Alright, so Forza Motorsport 5, you're looking at 50 quid for the day one edition, which I believe is going to be the same price as the normal edition anyway. Watch Dogs, that is pretty damn expensive. Game priced this originally at 60 quid.
No, thank
They've
you.
bumped it down to £54.99 now.
No, thank you. I'm
But-
afraid.
That
It's not.
I think has got something to do with Ubisoft. And Assassin's Creed Black Flag, or Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, has actually gone down quite significantly.
How much is quite significantly?
At first, if I remember correctly, Game might have priced it about £64.99, whereas now it's
For
£49.99.
one game, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
FIFA 14, can't really understand why anyone's going to buy that on the Xbox One, because if you're pre-ordering it, you're getting it for free anyway. But that's £49.99.
No, I won't be getting it. Not my
because-
game. Not my type of game.
EA had said that they're putting the prices of their games up, so they're taking Microsoft and Ubisoft's lead. Okay, so Need for Speed Rivals. This is the limited edition. £49.99, which isn't bad really for a limited edition, but I don't know if that's just the day one edition or not. Connect Sports Rivals. That I would think would be. How much would you guess that would be?
And what's this for?
Connect Sports Rivals.
Well, that sounds like a sort of cheapish game.
How much would you price it at?
If I wanted to have it, I'd say, well, I'll probably do it a bit higher. If I wanted it, something like that on the 360, I'd probably say 20 quid or something. But on the Xbox One, as it's more expensive, absolute maximum. The absolute maximum I'd pay for that game would be 35 quid if I wanted it.
£20 dearer.
So off.
£55 for a sports game.
So
Then you get to just buy a Nintendo Wii, you'll get it for free with it.
Or the Wii U, which wasn't really.
I don't know.
Oh, no.
So you could get Watch Dogs
Wii.
Game Exclusive Special Edition. That's £65.
What the Wii U's like?
Or you could get. Oh, sorry, I missed that one. But
What
anyway,
are you on about?
sorry, I was about to read one out, but then I skipped to the next page by
What did you do
accident.
that for?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag exclusive special. That is £65 now. And to be quite honest with you, I think the cheapest game that's actually priced at the moment is Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare, which is 35 quid.
On disc, is it?
Now, also Star Wars Battlefront is on here. That's been priced at £55, but I don't know.
So is this Star Wars Battlefront like the original, or is it free or whatever?
I'm not too sure.
I didn't even know about
I think it is a new one.
No, I didn't even know about this.
Did you not?
No, I
can't
didn't.
remember who.
Oh, so it's coming out on Xbox
Who
One?
makes it? It's either
yeah.
EA or Ubisoft, because I remember seeing it at E3.
Oh, look at this.
It doesn't say who made it, but another thing as well. All right, so we've pretty much finished with the games, but I mean, who's really willing to pay 55 quid for a new game?
If you're rich and you're the president, probably, maybe, or the prime minister, or whatever.
You'd have to be a local you'd have to be the prime minister to be able to afford all of this.
Yeah, the thing is, in my entire Xbox One gaming career, I can't see myself getting any more than half the games I got on 360 at the minute.
At the moment,
if they stay this price, it's going. They're getting. I wonder when they're going to stop though. This games are going to be like 200 quid in the future.
I know. It's like we're not going to be getting any richer, but things are getting more expensive.
It's a never-ending.
Like you've seen the price of the Xbox One, which is £430 or $499, or is it €459?
Oh, Trials Fusion, what's that?
That's only £1 at the moment because they haven't announced the price for it
What
yet.
a bargain!
Yeah, that's only the pre-order deposit. They haven't announced the price for it
So
yet.
why putting a £1 deposit on?
I know.
You get it back.
Just Dance 2014, 50 quid.
I wouldn't pay a penny for that.
Connect Sports Rivals Normal Edition, 50 quid.
Sorry for that. Oh no.
Forza Motorsport 5. Oh, this is the normal edition, £45. Okay, so Day 1 edition is a bit dearer.
So
then.
the BBFC not rating games anymore, by the looks of it on here.
No,
Excellent.
they stopped that last year, but we're not
Did they?
talking about age ratings.
Oh.
So yeah, to be honest with you, could you really see yourself paying? I don't know. Say if we get a job and we're earning minimum wage.
Which you have, but I'm waiting for my application thing to come back for an interview.
I've just been offered a job, so
Yeah.
that's not too bad for me. So if we're earning minimum wage, which is about £3.70 or just below that
Yeah, I thought it was
an
higher.
hour.
See, I thought it was higher.
£3, no, for our age, 16-year-olds, it's
No.
£3.69, I think, or something.
Oh.
Might be a bit lower than that, but basically, you would have to work. Let me see. You would have to work. One moment.
What, you doing your calculator thing on that?
You would have to work for 13 hours to be able to buy
Mhm.
one of those 50 quid games.
First.
I mean, if you're working 9 till 5, that's pretty much half of your daily earnings just spent on a game.
That's not bad.
I mean, we're all expecting them to go up, weren't we?
It's not bad if you're our age, but if you're.
What do you mean it's not bad if you're our age?
Yeah, but two full price games in a day is not bad, is it? Really.
Yeah.
But £3.70 doesn't sound like a lot.
No, I
it's
know. So unless you're an adult, really, you can't really afford them. NBA Live 14, 55 quid. Now that doesn't actually say limited edition, day one edition, exclusive edition or anything. That is just the normal game.
We're going over time a bit for this thing, aren't we?
Don't worry about it, we can just...
Is it?
No, I wouldn't worry, we'll just talk about it. Talk about it as long as we want.
Mm.
That's how we're just going to roll, we're not going to plan all the time. But
Okay.
I have got to say, I think 360 games will probably stay the same, won't they?
Well, I'll go down
I mean, if you were buying Call of Duty Ghosts,
Mm.
would you buy it on the 360 or the Xbox One?
Well, now?
Or the PlayStation 3 or the PlayStation 4?
And when's it coming out all day?
For the Xbox One, it's coming out the day it's released.
22nd.
I think it's coming out on November... Is it the 5th?
5th. I'll get on 360.
It could be the 5th.
360.
Right, let's have a quick price comparison.
Don't sound you sound like an insurance company.
Well, I'm not. Okay, so I'll look on game. Call of Duty Ghosts. Right, I nearly typed in Call of Duty Ghosts. Right.
Isn't that a thing
Anyway, PlayStation... Oh, wait, no. That's the limited edition. Have you got anything you want to say, Peter, just while I'm looking at this?
No.
Quickly say something anyway, because people will be getting bored.
What's your favourite Call of Duty? Tell me.
Don't know.
Say.
There's loads.
What's the worst one?
World at War. By miles.
I think I have to agree with you. It's a bit too sort of war-y. Yeah, but there's... I don't like the way you can't see any of the
Too many
enemies.
grenades.
Yeah, I think the entire army could just defeat you using grenades with no guns or anything.
Alright, these prices
So
are just confusing me because they haven't actually got a normal edition for it.
Oh, it doesn't
It's
really
just
matter.
like hardened edition.
I'll get on 360 with Ghosts.
I have a feeling it will be cheaper on 360. So
So are you
plus-
going to keep your 360 after?
Definitely, yeah.
How long do you reckon it'll... I can't see myself ever getting rid of it, really.
No,
360.
if I live till 80, I want it on my mantelpiece.
No, I want it in a big display cabinet with Call of Duty Black Ops 1.
Yeah.
Zombies, all my zombie
Something like
achievements
that.
in there.
If we make it to 80, I want it on my mantelpiece, just
people
above the
living on
fire.
Well, I'll probably work with my life expectancy is like 15 or something, 50 or whatever. But
Yes.
I don't know,
So
maybe.
basically, if you haven't really been listening to what we've been talking about, we have just been talking about the fact that next gen game prices are going up, and it's not just console games that's going up as well, it's also PC games, particularly the ones made by EA and Ubisoft. They're the main ones that we know about who's up their prices. As for other people, publishers rather, we don't know for definite if they've upped their prices because most of them haven't actually revealed prices for their next gen games yet. But yeah, prices are going up, so where you probably could have brought a brand new game for the Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 for about 35 quid, you're probably going to have to spend between 45 and 50 quid. So I don't know whether that is probably bad though, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, most people don't want to pay any extra, do they?
No.
So
Well,
anyway, I think that does it for this bit.
What's the next section then?
Well, this month's big game, or games, because there's quite a few coming out this month. So, do you want to start off, Peter?
The big month's game release, what could it be? The 5th in the series, Grand Theft Auto.
Well, it's not really the... Wow.
Well, yeah, but it's number 5.
You could say it's the 5th in the series, but there's been loads of different ones, hasn't there?
Well, it's not, yeah, part of this actual, number series.
Yeah, because you had Grand Theft Auto 1, didn't you? Then 2. Was there something was there an episode of 2?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't go
because
back that
after
far.
Grand Theft Auto 3, you had Vice City,
Liberty,
Vice City
San
Stories,
Andreas.
San Andreas and Liberty City Stories. Then you had Grand Theft Auto 4. Then they added DLC for it.
Yeah, episodes of Liberty City.
Yeah, that. So
Was it
basically,
Gay Tony
Lost
and-
and Damned and Ballad of Gay Tony.
Yeah.
Now they've got Grand Theft Auto 5. So a lot of people have been talking about this. I don't know.
Is it because it's just one letter difference?
Yeah, I forgot to say the L.
Well,
So
so you function like a keyboard then?
Yes.
You misspell stuff when you
Misspell
say it.
stuff.
Alright.
And there's no backspace key. You have to say the entire word again. So, are you getting GTA 5?
Yes, obviously.
Possibly.
Not even possibly.
I don't know.
It's going to be brilliant.
I'm just wondering how much is that going to be?
Well, I know it's a lot, but it's still GTA, isn't it? Going to be.
Right, anyway, I'm just having a quick look at any other games that are coming out this month. So, before we start talking about Grand Theft Auto 5, this...
Well, we have started talking about it.
Well, yeah, but before we start talking about it in detail, this month, I'm just quickly looking... some of the main games coming out this month. I'm looking at Wikipedia here, so these could be slightly inaccurate.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows.
Where's that?
Down the bottom.
Oh. Well, that's
Further
coming,
from the bottom.
that's coming out on PSN.
Yeah.
I think that's already out on Xbox
so
Live.
exciting.
So anyway, you got Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out for the PS3 and the Xbox 360 on the 17th of September, and then a week later on the 24th, you've got FIFA 14, which is coming to pretty much every console,
PS2.
even the PlayStation 2.
I'm surprised they did that, really.
Well, I remember EA said that they were going to stop doing it for the PlayStation 2 at FIFA 11. 3 or 4 years later, they're still doing it for the PlayStation 2.
3 years
Who actually buys it?
Well,
I've got my PlayStation 2, but it's been sat in my Xbox 360's box.
do you know how I got for Do you know how much I got for selling my PS2 and like all the 20 games with it?
How much?
£15.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Blimey
Didn't
heck.
much for that. I couldn't even buy like a full Xbox game for that.
You could have bought a pre-owned one.
Yeah, but not like a sort of recent one.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But anyway, let's talk about the games that's coming out this month. So, Peter, Grand Theft Auto 5, you seem to know quite a bit about this.
Do I?
Well, you've watched...
Well,
you've
I've
probably
seen the
seen the
trailer for it.
trailers
No, but I like the
a
music
million times. Right.
So there's. So is there like a room there's 3 different storylines because there's 3 different characters on the
I have a feeling what they'll do is... what's the guy who's in the suit? Michael, that's
Michael.
it. I have a feeling he's going to be the main one that comes with Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
And I reckon the other 2 guys that's on there will be DLC.
Oh, I see.
I have a feeling they're going to do it a bit like Grand Theft Auto 4.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because
Actually,
they've got 3 different protagonists, haven't they? Got Nico, Lewis, and who's the other one?
Or GTA.
From Lost and Damned.
Who's the one? Oh,
Nico's in GTA 4. Lewis, I
Billy.
think,
Oh
is
no,
Lost
Billy's the
and
leader of the
Damned.
Lost and Damned before. No, I don't know. Doesn't like.
So yeah, I have a feeling
Should
they'll
know.
do it as DLC, those other 2 guys. I could be wrong. They
Pretty
might
good guess.
bundle it all in one game, but my predictions are one of the characters in that trailer will be the default one, and then the other 2
But I'm looking forward
will be the DLC. What one do you think will be the one that comes with the game?
to Michael
I
definitely. He
think
looks as
it'll
though
be him.
he looks to be the most popular with the fans, and he looks to be like the most featured one in the.
The main
trailers.
reason I think it'll be him is because the very first trailer that Rockstar released back in, was it November 2011?
Back in the day.
November 2011, Rockstar released a trailer.
Mm.
It's 2 years ago nearly they said that, or released it. And Michael was the guy that was first seen in it, wasn't he?
Mm.
So, my predictions are he'll be the protagonist. But, what is it about the map size with this one? You seem to know quite a bit about that.
The map size basically is the same size as GTA 4, a Battlefield 3 multiplayer map, and like San Andreas all put together.
What about Red? I thought it was Red Dead.
Red Dead Redemption
as
as well. The size of the map is absolutely colossal. Apparently, I think it's bigger than any other game on these consoles.
You see, I want to know how the Xbox is going to have to do that without bringing up loading screens.
The thing is, I think. Do you reckon it's because of the jet fighters you see in the trailer?
I have seen it a few times.
Yeah, but I reckon that's why, because you need a massive space.
Yes. Aircraft is one thing that people have wanted for ages.
I think it looks as though we're going to get
GTA 4 never came with flyable aircraft, did it?
it. Didn't one of the other earlier ones. It was San Andreas.
San Andreas did, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a huge map. But GTA 4, you could only fly helicopters. But I would really like to know, how is the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 going to cope with that massive world?
Well, next gen consoles might.
As
but I
far
don't
as
know.
I know, The Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 only have 512 megabytes of RAM, meaning that it can only... What?
Cheap RAM.
What are you on about?
You said RAM.
Yeah, RAM as
It's
in
type of
random
animal.
access memory.
What?
Basically,
Is that what it
it's
stands for?
basically it's memory that your computer or games console or tablet or phone will use to store information in it temporarily, or just information in it that it's going to be using soon. So, basically, the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 have got 512 megabytes of RAM. Guess how much the Xbox One and PlayStation 4's got?
Just tell me.
8 gigabytes. It's gone up. It's probably... It has gone and... It's 10 times... More than 10 times what it used to be.
Now, was it... The guy said that like, the Xbox One, like... services or whatever. I got the same as the the World Wide Web in says
Yes.
it's the whole world in 1997 or
Yes,
something.
they've gone... I think they started off with a couple of hundred servers for the original Xbox. Then it got into a few thousands for the 360. And now Microsoft have got, or are getting, for the Xbox One, over 300,000 servers.
So it's the equivalent to the whole world when I was born.
Probably, yes. I
It's a
mean,
vast step up.
yeah. You think that they have more servers than there were back in... Microsoft own more servers than there were back in 98.
97 in the entire world.
Yes.
Out of everything.
Yes, pretty much. Anyway, Grand Theft Auto 5 still. What are you looking forward to in it?
I'm looking forward to a new storyline, new characters, hot women, the beach, a new map, more accessible stuff, jet fighters, obviously, buildings, hopefully the graphic settings with crafting.
See, when I was younger and people told me about Grand Theft Auto, I was thinking, is it one of those games where you can just do anything? Because at first when I was told about it, I was given the impression that you could go into every single building, do anything you want, steal cars, steal planes with passengers on them, walk into airport, get jobs and stuff like that. But
so it's all like virtual life in a way.
yeah, I thought that was what it was like, but it's not. So,
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's
which I think GTA 5 will have much more accessible buildings, won't it?
well, it should do. I mean, on GTA 4 you can't really get in most of the buildings you see.
Yes, which I think is a bit of a letdown. Also, I don't know whether this is true, but I believe that Rockstar was adding fuel for the cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you gotta, like, put
cars can run out of petrol.
Oh, sweet.
So you've got to go to a petrol station and get either
There'll
petrol
probably be
or
like
diesel.
missions featuring that, I think.
Possibly, yes. I want to know what the transport's going to be like in GTA 5, because I know that the GTA 4 had the subway, didn't it? And that was the biggest mass transit system, as far as I know, in any video game. And if you think that the map on GTA 5 is going to probably be 10 times as big as GTA 4, what's the transport going to be like? Can you get buses, subways, trains, boats?
You could probably get like... Oh
Maybe-
yeah, a hovercraft would be cool.
Yeah, maybe you could even get planes across the city, because I knew you could do that in San Andreas.
The San Andreas
So-
was a lot smaller compared to what
Yeah.
this is.
Yes. One thing that everybody likes about GTA 4 is the swing glitch.
So,
You
we
can
love that, don't we?
You could have hours and hours of fun doing that.
No, mate, it's like me, you, and some other guys, dudes, were like on there in ambulances.
Yeah, we tried it before.
For hours.
It's hilarious.
We went underneath the map into the sea. We were on top of the buildings and everything. It just flings you across the map ridiculous.
Will they
heights.
put it deliberately into GTA 5, I'm wondering?
They should do. I think game glitches are cool, really.
Some of them are. Some of them are bad, but
like the swing glitch has got to be the coolest game, like sort of.
I think it has been rated the number one glitch. You see, I believe that glitch was actually an accident at first, but because people liked it so much, they never got rid of
They
it.
never updated it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they'll ever put it into GTA 5 at all.
No.
But I believe also as well, weapons and cars have also been increased
I wonder
quite
if they
a
put
lot.
Easter eggs in or not, because they had that one big one, didn't they?
I don't know.
Do you know GTA 4? Big Heart of Liberty.
Excuse me. Yes, that one I do know. Oh, what was I going to say? One thing, though, I have noticed with every single Grand Theft Auto is that whenever you see one car, you see it a dozen amount of times.
Also,
don't you?
if you're in a car that you just like robbed or something, you see loads of that type of car.
Yeah,
That's
or
what
if you see, let's say, a limo go past you.
Yeah.
Let's say you rarely see limos,
Yeah.
and at one point the game spawns one in and you see it. You drive down the road, you'll probably see about another 20.
Particularly if you get in it, there's like, you say there's a supercar parts and you get in that.
Yeah,
There's like,
so
there's
like
loads of them. You can change colours.
in furnaces, that's good. But yes, GTA 5 is definitely, I think, going to be the biggest game this year.
Batman.
And to be Arkham Origins as well, but we'll talk about that another month. But I think a lot of people have got high expectations of GTA 5.
I think it should deliver, hopefully.
And I reckon it will.
It should deliver,
Rockstar have got to be one of the best free roam open world developers in the world.
Probably even the best.
At the moment, I'm addicted to Bully.
Oh yeah.
That is
that's a cool.
We
win.
downloaded it in the Rockstar sale last week for £2.99. I thought it was an absolute bargain, so I downloaded it and I absolutely love it.
It's like a full game as well, isn't it? Like
It is. It's an actual
it's really good, so you get
retail game.
Play it all for
So
like
basically, we've
£3.
got a retail game cheaper than an arcade game.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Actually, as well, yesterday when I was in Whitney, me and Hayden went into game. We saw Bully on the shelf. Guess how much it was?
What was it on the
Xbox 360.
So it was £3 when we bought it. I don't know, 7.
Right, are you saying £7?
It'd probably be higher, wouldn't it?
Alright, so basically Microsoft have now put the price back on Xbox Live to about, I think it's £12 or something. In game, this copy that me and Hayden saw yesterday was £27.99.
Really? That's 2005.
For a 2006 game. 2005, I believe it came out on the PlayStation 2, and then Scholarship Edition came out a year later for the Wii, PS3, PC.
Oh, there's an original Bully.
Yeah, that came out for the original Xbox and PlayStation 2.
And
then Scholarship Edition came out for Xbox 360, PS3, PC, and Wii.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, FIFA 14. I'm not really a big FIFA fan.
But because it comes free, you get.
But because I've pre-ordered the Xbox One, I probably will play it if it's free. Game have told me that I'm getting it. I've never really played any FIFA games, but
I think you should have a choice to as what free game you get. I think you should be given a list out of 5.
Yeah,
I think
if I could go for Forza 5, I would definitely choose
I think that should be the free game for the 360, to be honest, or Call of Duty or whatever.
The Xbox One, you mean?
Xbox One. No, well, actually probably Forza, because that's a free plus, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think Forza should have really been the free game.
Well, FIFA 14's a free as well, but FIFA has improved so much recently, hasn't it?
Has it? I don't play FIFA.
I don't know, but I remember seeing FIFA 13 at the E3 press conference for EA, and they'd added all this new technology in for shouting at the ref and stuff, and like them shouting back stuff at you depending on how you
it's like bullying,
reacted
shout
and
abuse
stuff.
at players,
And I haven't seen anything about FIFA 14 at all, so I'd be quite interested to see what's actually different about that. But the thing is with FIFA, when I was in game yesterday, FIFA 08, guess how much it was?
In game?
Yeah.
Tenner.
50p.
What?
Yep. It was
50p?
It was 50p, and you could have got FIFA 07 for 99p. It's a bit bizarre. I didn't see the price for FIFA 10,
Why would you
which they
sell a
had in
game
there.
for that cheap? Doesn't make
Well, because it's superseded every year by a new one, isn't it?
Yeah, but you're not going to make any money on it if you sell it for 50p.
Well, they'd probably have to trade it in for 10p.
I mean, like, maybe a £5, that's fair enough, but 50p is ridiculous.
Well, it's cheap.
That's
What do you mean it's ridiculous? I'd buy it.
What? Never. Yeah, why would you sell a game for that cheap though? Even
know.
if it was old.
They say your pound doesn't go very far, but your 50p does in game.
If it was a 50p game, I'd probably get it no matter what it is. Even if it's Barbie or something. if it's got
Knowing
achievements on it.
you probably would.
No, even if it's got achievements on it. If Barbie had a 500G achievement on it, I'll get it.
Yeah.
So that's it. I love achievements so much.
But anyway, FIFA 14, Microsoft did announce that the game will be given with every single Xbox One pre-order. That is whether if you've already pre-ordered it or whether if you are about to pre-order it.
Well, can you still pre-order it now?
Yes, Game have said that they've got a bit more stock. So if I were you, if you're pre-ordering it, Peter, I would do it soon.
I will go home and ask my mother, because if I get the job, I'll put a third into it, and my mum and dad are maybe putting in a third into it as my birthday or Christmas present or something.
What about reward presents?
Oh yeah, exam.
Yeah, exam results.
I won't tell. I'll say it as my exam present, and they'll give me more for Christmas and birthday.
Lol. So yeah, FIFA 14 will be coming free with every single Xbox One. And before you say, "Oh, I don't like FIFA 14, I'm going to trade it in," you can't do that. It's a digital download, I'm afraid. You could always sell it to a mate who didn't pre-order it, but sadly you can only use it on the Xbox One, and you can only you can't trade it in. So unfortunately you can't do that. But at the Xbox One reveal back in May, Microsoft did say that FIFA 14 has got exclusive Ultimate Team stuff for the Xbox One. Now this did for Christ's sake, this did cause a bit of confusion with people, because a lot of people misunderstood it, thinking that it was only the Xbox One that was getting Ultimate Team end of. That's not the case. I think it was the way they phrased it. People misunderstood it. Xbox One is only getting exclusive content for it.
No, I see.
So yes, Hayden's pre-ordered a PlayStation 4, but he's getting an Xbox One next year, he said. So I don't think I'll be getting a PlayStation 4, to be quite truthful.
The bank of mum and dad must have been gathering interest since like 1906 if he's got that much money.
Yeah, well. Anyway, I think we probably better move on, because we're running out of time.
What's next on this?
So we're going to give you, in case you don't watch Cinity Gaming News, which is our news program that we do every Monday, but now going to be every Sunday because of college. We basically do a little news series where we tell you some of the latest gaming news, game releases, and all sorts of stuff like that. So we're just going to tell you some of the latest news at the moment, and some from last month as well, and also some of last month's game releases, just to fill you in. So basically, the main news this week for consoles is the Xbox One release date. It's been confirmed for about, 13 different markets?
I don't know.
It's being released on the 22nd of November 2013, which I believe is one of the first consoles in history to be released worldwide on the same day. Because if you look at the PlayStation 4, that's coming out on the 15th of November in the US and the 29th in Europe, 2 weeks later. And then Microsoft thought, we'll have that gap between them, let's launch the Xbox One worldwide, apart from in those 13 countries which they mentioned. I don't know all of the countries off by heart, but they're all European countries. I know Finland and Belgium is one of them. I think Norway's another. Yeah, two of them. I think Norway's another one as well, but don't quote me on that. But Microsoft have said that it's being delayed until 2014 because of language issues and voice command issues. So yeah, what have you got to say about that?
Unfair to Kimi Räikkönen.
I do feel a bit sorry for them, to be quite truthful, but as far as I know, the Xbox One is region free. So technically, if you spoke English or French or Spanish or another language that's supported by the Xbox One at first, you could import it from, say, the UK or France or somewhere. If you're in a European country, I wouldn't import it from the US or the UK because of the power cables. But you went to Finland recently. What's their power sockets like?
Their power sockets are different to our power sockets.
Well, obviously
they're rounded, and they've got the same sort of basic thing, but they're smaller.
Right.
It's a lot smaller, the plug
So
sockets,
that's
and
why
they're rounded.
every country seems to have different power sockets, don't they? Or power outlets or wall sockets.
It's got the same basic, like, things.
3 pins, yeah.
3 pins in it.
See, where, like the UK, we've got... How much comes out of our sockets? Is it 240 volts?
I'm not an expert.
It's 230 or 240 volts. And they're
Is it?
3-pin sockets. And actually, what surprised me was that the UK has one of the highest voltage outputs in the world.
How do you know all this stuff?
I remember it from science.
What? I can't remember the take about
The
it.
US, surprisingly, the power sockets in the US are quite a bit lower than what they are in the UK, which did surprise me quite a lot, because I was thinking, the US, being a massive country, really wealthy, or are they? Are they wealthy?
Yeah, they're the wealthiest country in the world.
Well, I was just
China's
thinking the recession, but really wealthy, they'd have probably sockets that give out 500 watts, but nope, it's about 120, I believe, or maybe a bit more than that. Don't quote me, I probably am wrong.
Don't quote me.
Excuse me, yeah. You just say that, or I do anyway.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, more to the point, Microsoft also said that the Xbox One will no longer require the Kinect sensor to run. So basically, Microsoft have abolished all of their original plans.
I think it's a good decision, but I think going back on your plans is a bit of a...
But basically, everything that Microsoft said they were going to do at E3 and at the announcement, they scrapped. They said DRM, we're having that. We're restricting pre-owned game trading and stuff, and every console has to have the Kinect sensor plugged in. All of those are gone now.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, the DRM one didn't bother me, because, in all fairness, most people don't actually realise the power of the cloud. Basically... What?
No.
You don't realise the power of the cloud, do you?
You sound like Raven.
Do I?
Yeah, you do. You don't know what you're talking about, don't worry.
Anyway, basically, the cloud, if it's constantly connected to it, you can have real life timings and stuff in your games. You can have advanced AI technology based on how you play and how other players around the world play. But not only that, it completely abolishes download times and upload times, because if you're constantly connected to the cloud, you are constantly accessing the files, so you don't need to store them on your console. So, to be honest with you, it wouldn't have bothered me if Microsoft had kept that one. The one that really annoyed me was the trading in one.
I think that's fair enough they fixed that.
I mean, I trade in loads of... Well, I don't trade in a lot of games, but I buy a lot of pre-owned games. That's for sure.
I suppose them amending all the stuff kind of made me want to get the Xbox One.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a video game hoarder. I keep most of mine. Like, I've still got most of my PS2 games. I traded them into a little shop in town. And I got about £4 for about 12 games.
What consoles have I? I've owned the PS2, the Wii, the DS, the Game Boy, the 360, and I'll get the PS1. The only one I got rid of is the PS2.
I had a PlayStation 1, gave it to my dad, and I don't know what happened to it.
Oh.
I had a PlayStation 2, I had a Game Boy, DS Lite, then I got a DSi, got a Nintendo Wii, Xbox 360, and that's it really.
So you've gone from PlayStation to Nintendo to Microsoft?
Yes.
Basically.
Pretty much. I got a PSP as well, but I hated it. That's why I went with Xbox 360. Anyway, there's not really a lot of major news that was announced last month. Obviously, earlier on this month, Nintendo announced the Nintendo 2DS, which is a budget console, as they said, and it's basically an unfoldable DS.
Nintendo needs something new, I think.
To be quite truthful,
I don't mean the Wii
U
U
as well.
They need something really unique.
The Wii U's never really kicked off, though, has it?
It's not a big console, is it? Really?
Not really.
Maybe in Japan it is. But...
Also, some other news as well. The Apocalypse DLC for the Xbox 360 Black Ops 2 that came out on August the 27th.
Talk more about that, please.
You could talk more about it.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Just go and get it. It's so brilliant.
It'll be out later on this month for the PlayStation 3 and PC.
Still come out?
What? No.
Still not come out. My God.
Look, PlayStation 3 has barely just got flipping buried.
Well,
They've barely got, what was the DLC called?
Vengeance, isn't it?
Yeah, Vengeance. I can't remember the Black Ops 2 ones, but I can remember the flipping Black Ones ones.
Revolution's the first one.
Then Uprising.
Uprising, Vengeance, then
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse, that's it.
So yeah, that also came out. But yeah, the Nintendo 2DS, back to that. I don't see the point of it really. You can just buy a 3DS, but turn the 3D
it's like
off.
sequels. Most sequels suck, but
I mean, to be honest, the console is absolutely massive, but the screens are tiny.
you don't really want that.
No. If you look at it side by side to the original 3DS, the screens actually look smaller on the 2DS, which is a bigger system. I would probably buy the 2DS over the 3DS though, mainly because, as some of you might be aware, I can't see through my right eye, so I can't see 3D. But that doesn't bother me. It's just a waste of money at the cinema.
Yeah, but
and it.
Didn't you say that 3D like messes your brain up or something?
If you're under 10, apparently 3D can damage some parts of your brain. Also, it has been known for 3D to cause epilepsy and strokes. So I'm definitely avoiding it if it can do that.
So they're basically giving away free illnesses.
Yeah, but not only... Well, you've got to pay for it. You've got to pay for extra at the cinema to get ill.
Yeah, but sometimes if it's only exclusive 3D, you've got no choice, you have to get ill.
I know. It's like some people... This is non-game related, but some people get dizzy or feel sick or actually are sick or unconscious when they see 3D films.
I feel dizzy afterwards, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I feel really dizzy after seeing 3D.
Yeah, so you're one of those. You're one of the 1 in 3 that gets a side effect of it. I'm a 1 in, I think it's 1 in 8 who can't see it, and there's, others.
To be honest, you don't see it in the adverts, but the film, you don't. Apart from 1 or 2 moments, you don't really notice it.
I mean, my sister went to see the One Direction film on Monday in 3D.
Wrong direction.
She said it was just a waste of money. There was nothing 3D about the film.
Yeah, but
and she's seen 3D films before, and she's seen it absolutely fine. So, to be honest with you, why... I mean, this is not game related, but why would you release a film like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs in 3D? What is the point? You're aiming it at kids, which 3D isn't good for, because it doesn't do their eyes any good. It can give little kids headaches, and as I said, it can do stuff to the neurons in your brain, because basically... Your brain isn't supposed to see things that aren't actually there, and watching 3D films is forcing your brain to see things that aren't actually there.
So you're basically paying to make yourself worse.
Yes. Just see a 2D film. A, it's cheaper, and B, it's not going to decrease your health.
2D's better though. It's just like a screen. You don't need to.
You ain't got to wear glasses either. So basically, watch 2D films. They're cheaper. They're not going to make you ill. They're not going to make you walk out the cinema halfway through the film because you're feeling sick or dizzy or faint.
And you're going to save yourself a lot of money.
Yeah, and you're going to save yourself crap tons of money. Anyway, back to gaming. I'll just go through some of the games that come out last month. So we had Disney's Planes, obviously. I'm not buying that. We had Disney Infinity, that was a main release last month. Saints Row 4, I think that was one of the biggest releases. SimCity, which they've had problems with on Mac. Apparently some of the Macs have been refusing it or something. Terraria on iOS. Madden NFL 25 on PS3 and Xbox 360. I do apologise, I got that wrong in CGN, I think. No, I said it was on Xbox 360 and PS3, but I also said PC as well. So, Plants vs Zombies, It's About Time, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist, Flashback. That was one of the Xbox Live Summer of Arcade games, which also included Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, Charlie Murder, Flashback, as I just said, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. So that is basically it for summing up the news and stuff for last month and last month and early this month. So now all that's left to talk about is we'd talk about Android consoles. Peter, do you know what an Android console is?
Robot consoles.
No.
Oh, right.
Basically, it's a games console that runs on Android operating system.
Right.
So
I don't know anything about this.
What it is it's an operating system that can pretty much be used for anything. My Nexus 7 runs off of it, so does my Samsung phone. Pretty much everything about... I'm full on Google. I don't buy Apple stuff, mainly because it's too simple for me. That probably sounds stupid, and if people actually watch this, they'll be in the comments saying, why don't you buy Apple stuff? Basically, I just love the customization and the powerful features that Android gives you that iOS doesn't.
There's too many versions of
you get Android, you get so much choice as well. Like, I absolutely love this Nexus 7. For 160 quid, quad-core processor, which is better than the iPad mini, 720p HD screen, better than the iPad mini, gig of RAM, better than the iPad mini, yet cheaper than the iPad mini.
Just because it's got the Apple logo on it, that costs more.
Pretty much,
That's not enough for Apple, it's got something bitten a bit out of it.
I know. Anyway, enough about Apple and Google. Android Games Consoles is a games console that runs a varied version of Android. So the most common one now is Android 4.2, I think, which I believe the Ouya runs off of, which is...
brand of butter, isn't it?
What?
Isn't Ouya a brand of butter?
I don't know.
Is it? I don't know.
I know Utterly Butterly is.
I can't believe it's not butter as well. That's a brand of
Yes,
butter.
that's a brand of butter. Anyway, there's loads of Android-based consoles that are coming out. I haven't got a full list of them here, but I can have a look at the ones on Wikipedia that have been listed. So the Ouya, which came out on the 25th of June, the Nvidia Shield, that also runs Android. That is a portable Android console, so basically a tablet but with a games controller. And you've also got the Game Stick, which I think is only available in the UK. I don't know, I could be wrong, it might be in the US as well and the rest of Europe, but it's this console actually I am very tempted to buy. If I can get the money, I will buy it. All it is a little controller, basically a bit smaller than my Nexus 7, and the actual console itself is the size of a memory stick. It's battery powered as well, and you can plug it into the back of your HDMI port. That is it. So it takes no space. You can take it out to charge it. You don't need to have it on power. You don't need to have it plugged in when you're playing it.
That sounds really cool, actually.
And it's only 70 quid. So it's pretty cheap. All the games on it at the moment, I think, are free. There's a few that you've got to pay for, I believe. But I'm not an expert on it. But obviously the main console that came out was the Ouya, which came out earlier this year. But Android is such a powerful operating system that pretty much anyone can make their own games console. If I knew how to program properly, even I could probably use Android to make my own games console. And I believe Steam as well, they were thinking about making a console.
Steam?
You know, the PC gaming.
Yeah, I know they are. Yeah.
So, yeah, Android is pretty much a very powerful system that loads of people nowadays are using to make amazing products like these games consoles. Apparently, there was even a fridge in America that was released that had Android on it.
A fridge?
Yeah, so you had a digital screen with all, you know that you have all of your sticky notes and stuff on it. You had an Android system with all your sticky notes on it.
Really?
So you could just type them in and it didn't use any paper. So you you can move it around on the fridge door, all that sort of stuff, control the temperature of your fridge. I think I'd quite like that actually if it was available in the UK, but my parents would be like, no, we don't need a big fridge, let alone a smart fridge. But would you buy an Android console?
If I had the money to get whatever I wanted of them, yeah.
So basically, if you got a job and you were earning enough, would you buy the Game Stick or something?
Yeah, I definitely.
I like the looks of the Ouya, but to be honest, the Game Stick has won me over by the fact that I haven't got to have anything else cluttering up my desk, and B, the fact that I don't have to have any cables for it, because all I need to do is, if I need to charge it, just take it out the TV and then put it on charge.
So in the future, like, the world's computer hard drives and everyone's bank accounts is going to be stored on something the size of a pea,
Probably.
basically.
It's
It's getting so small.
Stuff in the future.
I'm not talking about the dick.
Well, honest of God, though, I could honestly see it being smaller than a pea. I could see it being microscopic, so that way thieves can't steal it. Not joking, seriously. I reckon it could be.
You don't understand what I'm thinking.
I reckon you'll have soon your bank card embedded in your hand because it will be so small. So you've just got to
Also, so there's a little attachment where you can...
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just put a little chip in your finger. Chip and pit. Well,
yeah, but
chip and pay.
Yeah, but we're going to be welded to technology in a few hundred years.
I honestly think technology is going to get so good in the future that maybe before we're dead, we might be able to go to another planet. Because if you heard of Virgin Galactic,
yeah,
I reckon people are going to do that take people to other planets rather than just the Earth's orbit.
What about the moon? Do you reckon the moon landings were real or not?
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
Get a telescope out, you'll have to see the American flag on there.
Yeah. There's loads of conspiracies saying that it wasn't real.
I'm pretty certain it was real.
I hope it was.
It better be. Just get a telescope out, I'm sure you'll see the American flag on there somewhere.
I'll be surprised. I wonder how deep they dug that.
I don't know. Anyway, back to the Android console discussion. Would you pay like 400 quid for an Android console, even though it's not as premium as like the Xbox? I'd have to say I wouldn't.
No,
I'm not saying that there is a 400 quid Android console.
What if it's 400 quid and it wasn't
If
premium?
there was, they must be having a blooming laugh.
No, I'd like some of the game stick. I'll go and do some Googling on that later.
Yeah, actually I can show you on my tablet quickly. Basically, it is a tiny console that you stick into the back of your TV. What?
Sounds like you're giving a sex lesson.
You can also actually have expandable memory. I think it comes with about...
Sorry, my sense of humour is terrible.
It comes with about 1 gigabyte of memory, I think. But you can put a micro SD card in it.
What Google Day is it today?
I don't know.
I'll have a look later. They're all these like customisations for like Google, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's somebody's 150th birthday or whatever.
Right, so that's the controller there. You won't be able to see it on screen because this is...
Is that it?
That's the controller.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you stick in your TV. So it's pretty simple.
God, the controller's bigger than the console.
Yes.
Oh my god, I never thought I'd see a day when I saw that.
Yeah, I was thinking... At first I thought the controller was the console, but no, it's
Yeah,
not.
but if the memory stick was the controller, how do you operate it?
I don't know.
You'd have to you have to be like newborn baby fingers to operate that.
I know.
Memory stick.
The video games has just got unbelievably good though, haven't they? I mean, Android consoles, they're budget consoles essentially, but they do the job. Let's just say this, if you're not looking for a premium console, but you want some decent games, decent quality stuff to play, get the Game Stick if it's available in your country, wherever you live, wherever you're listening to this from, because I do know that actually, apart from the US is our main audience at the moment. Then it's the UK. Guess where the next audience, or guess where our third biggest views come from?
China.
For our Cinity Gaming.
China. No.
Turkey.
Turkey?
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
What about our old channel?
Don't know. I haven't looked at
So how can you tell it?
You can look on the YouTube analytics. The US watches most of our videos. Then it's the UK. So we actually know that it's not just us watching our videos, and Turkish people as well. So yeah, more American people watch our videos than British people, which we're British. So, yes.
I thought I was Oxfordshirean.
You're Devonshire, and
yeah, but I'm not. I was born and bred in Devon, but I moved here when I was like 5.
Oh right.
I'm not to this area specifically.
So yeah, if I do get a Game Stick in the future, I will definitely do a review on it, because I think it would be a great system. I mean, it would be good to do Let's Plays with if we can. I'm not too sure if the device has any privacy thingies on it, but it's Android. You'll be able to bypass that somehow. But another thing as well, I know we're going to go a bit over the hour, but with the Ouya, the makers of that said that they want the console to be hacked. They basically
What?
want gamers to be able to game how they want. The only limitations they're saying is just don't ruin multiplayer games for other people. But other than that, they have said that you won't void the warranty
It's a bit
for
weird.
opening up the console.
It's a bit weird.
Now, I don't know whether if they still stand by this, but originally, when they announced the console, they wanted to make it a hacker's console.
I don't think a hacking game is really good, to be honest. I think you should just be fair and give
Yeah.
it a given, really. Like in 1940.
Whereas the Game Stick, I think, has the opposite policy. I don't think you're allowed to hack
No, I
that.
don't
To
think-
be
I don't
honest
think you
with you, there's not really a lot you can open
No, I
in
don't think
that.
hacking consoles is a good
You could
idea.
open that thing by dropping it. But honest of God, if you want a budget console, you want some good games,
Get the game.
just a nice thing to do in the evening if you can't afford the new Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, get a Game Stick. It's really good if you want to take it around a mate's house.
That's really good if you're broke as well.
Yeah. It's cheap to run. I believe they have online services. I'm not definitely sure, but I think you can have multiplayer as well, but as far as I know, that's only locally,
I never
think.
thought I'd see it done when a console was that
And
small.
also, if you look at the bottom of the controller, there's a little gap underneath it.
Oh yeah. I see.
That you can put the... I think that you can put the HDMI stick in there and take it around your mate's house.
Oh sweet.
So pretty much, you've just got a tablet-sized thing that you're putting in your pocket. Yeah, you might get flipping analog sticks poking your knees, but
It's
other
worth
than
it,
that,
though, isn't it?
it is, I would say, a good system. I've never actually used it myself, but the system itself looks really good, and I am definitely going to buy it when I get the money to.
But for now, focus on the big one that's coming.
Yeah, focus on the Xbox One. You see there? Look, see this picture here? It is definite that you can put the HDMI stick in the thing, and that there, Peter, is the home screen.
Oh, that's
So it's
kind
a
of
bit like the Xbox dashboard,
Kinda similar,
but
yeah.
different. Sorry we're not able to put this on screen. We don't have a lot of time to edit all of this, so it's just audio. So yes, I think that does it for this episode of the Cinity Gaming
not too bad. An
Podcast.
hour and 2 minutes roughly, isn't it?
Yeah, roughly. But the next episode will be on Saturday the 5th of October, so just under a month away.
Looking forward to discuss my new, hopefully, favourite game of the year.
To be honest with you, this is actually quite fun. I've had a blast filming this.
Hopefully, there'll be 3 of us next time.
Yeah, or 4 of it, maybe.
Well, I'll have to see.
The more of us there is, I think the better it'll
But we're the
be.
2 originals, so...
Yep. Well, Phil's an original as well.
On
He
this,
just doesn't seem to do a lot.
On this, I mean.
Yeah.
Podcast.
So yeah, definitely go check out the Game Stick. Watch videos about it. It is a great system. The Ouya is just as good as well, but I don't know as much. And also, actually, Amazon were going to release one of their own, weren't they? It was rumoured. Do you remember me saying in CGN once, or putting it in CGN and you had to read it out? That Amazon were planning on making their own console.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, there are loads of Android consoles out there, and to be honest, I think it's just going to get even more. But I'm not stopping them. I think it's great. Their market's getting bigger. So yeah, pretty much
We've got another minute onto that.
good everywhere else. So yeah, that's it for the Cinity Gaming Podcast for September, and we hope that you'll stick by and join us for the podcast in October. But until then, we will see you in some other videos. So
Goodbye,
it's
then.
goodbye from Pete.
And it's goodbye from... Why? No, goodbye from you, isn't it?
Yeah, so goodbye.
Why don't we just say goodbye?
Don't know. Anyway,
Like
we hope you
jingles.
like the jingles as well. We made them on a budget of 0, and it's our voices.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't remember. My memory's poor.
Anyway, see you next time.
Bye-bye.
The Cinity Gaming Podcast.